My name is Myrna Melgar. I'm the supervisor for District 7, which goes all the way from the Daly City border along the ocean, up 19th Avenue, all the way to Golden Gate Park and east to City College. It's the largest district geographically in the city. Women's History Month is a time for us to think about all of the women who have made us who we are, who have paved the way for the things that women are doing today, but also for us to remember that women right now are still struggling. The face of poverty in California is a single mom. And so we have still a long ways to go while we celebrate the successes that we've had in the past. I think that the women on the board, we're still a minority. There's 4 out of 11. We are all very different from each other, but we manage to get along really well. So even when we disagree, we're very collaborative in that we ask each other's opinions, advice, and actual work to make our legislation better. And so I think it's important for us to sort of have that ethic. I also think that I have policy interests that are a little bit different than most of the guys. They're all great allies, but people who really will go to bat for childcare, for wage parity, for the things that are still great disparities for women. That's what I bring to the board, and I think that the other women on the board as well. So my grandmother was born in rural El Salvador. She was one of 7 daughters, and when her father died, her mom sent her out to work at the age of 10 for a family in the city where she learned small business. They were merchants, they traded cloth. And so she learned how to do inventory, how to count in Arabic, because they were Palestinian immigrants to El Salvador, how to, tend to the shop and do all that stuff. And so when she met my grandfather and married, she had a series of small businesses. She had 7 kids, and she put every single one of them through university. She owned her own house, even though she only had a 2nd grade education. And she was one of the kindest and most generous people I've ever met. As a woman, she embodied all the things that I now know about how to treat other people. And so I look back at her life and how incredible she was and what she did for me and for my family, and think, she didn't have a dishwasher or a car or any of the things that we take for granted now in modern life, and yet she was able to do so much and do it with kindness and generosity towards others. So she's at the top of my list. Get mentors. Get somebody who will help you and will go to bat for you, introduce you to people, pave the way for you, and do it also with kindness. Because I think that the only way for people who have been traditionally kept out of positions of leadership is to help each other, to make sure that the people who've already made it bring in the young. Not everybody will do that, but there are those people who will. And we are counting on the new generation to solve for the problems that we haven't been able to do.